pretend for a second that you were interviewing me for an open sales role on your sales team. I hop into the Zoom meeting, you hop into the Zoom meeting, we exchange some pleasantries. I'm gonna say this next within the first 30 seconds to win that interview conversation with you. Chris, glad we were able to connect today to see if there might be a mutual fit here. Would it be helpful to get the conversation going if I walk you through my previous sales experience, what I've been up to the last few years, why I'm interested in working specifically at your company? And not sure, Chris, like this might be a bit of overkill for today's conversation. I did send this your way via email yesterday, but I put together a detailed and specific sales plan in terms of what I would do to be successful and ramp up quickly in the role. Happy to walk you through that if you think it'd be a good use of the time today. Boom! That is how you win a sales interview in the first 30 seconds. A few things you'll notice, I started that conversation by saying, glad we were able to connect today to see if there might be a mutual fit here. Mutual is the key word. Yes, you were interviewing me to see if I am a fit to join your sales team. But guess what, guys? This is a two-way street. I'm interviewing you. I'm evaluating you and your company to see if you and your company are worthy to have and hire my skills, my talents as a salesperson to sell your product or your service. That's the frame that we need to establish at the very start of a sales conversation. Now, typically, most interviewees, in this case me, we sit back and we wait for the interviewer, you, to start peppering us with questions. Why not go on the offense? Take control of that conversation. This is a sales conversation. I am the salesperson. I'm the product. I am selling me the product to you, the interviewer that is the customer. Go on the offense, take control, set the agenda for the conversation. 2 questions you will get asked in every single sales interview. Walk me through your past experience. Walk me through your resume. What have you been doing the last few years? That's the same exact question. And why do you want to work at this specific company? Get ahead of the game and open that conversation by answering those 2 questions so the interviewer doesn't have to ask the same questions they open every single interview with. Also, at the end of our framework, you'll notice I said, hey, listen, Chris, I prepared a detailed and specific sales plan. It might be a bit of overkill for today's conversation, but it's what I would do if you were to hire me, what I'm gonna do on a daily basis to be successful and ramp up quickly in the role. Happy to walk you through that if you think it'd be a good use of the time. This isn't meant to scare you guys, but in 2025, the job market absolutely sucks. And for every opening in tech sales, for SDR roles, for account executive roles, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of candidates that are super talented due to all the layoffs that have happened in this industry. It's been flooded with all this talent. It's very competitive. So you have to do something that is a bit audacious, a bit creative, a bit outside of the box in order to stand out and land job offers. You're basically showing, hey, I can do the job. I have a plan to be successful in this role before you hired me and gave me the role. Things like that, guys, things like that go a very long way, especially if you're not getting referred into a business. At the end of the conversation, it's not just about how we start. It's also about how we end. This is a sales conversation. We need to close that interview. You need to close the interview by saying something as simple as this. Chris, based on our conversation, I feel that I am a good fit to join your team because of X, Y, and Z. Be as specific and detailed as possible. I'm curious, from your point of view, if I weren't to move forward in the process, if I weren't to move forward to the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th round, whatever it is, why would that be? What hesitations do you have? If they come back with any objections, any hesitations, that's awesome. We want to know what those are, so now we can hopefully handle them to move the conversation forward. If it's anything short of your 100% moving forward in the process, you need to call that out. Because I cannot tell you how many times, guys, they said there was no hesitations, but it wasn't a confident you're moving forward, and I never heard back from somebody. Be a bit aggressive here. Be a bit aggressive. It is a two-way street. Close that conversation. Make sure before you hang up, you have that next step booked on the calendar. Because if you don't, you might as well start reaching out to other companies to get in the interview process, because it's all but lost with that company, with that hiring manager. Now, after that conversation, you need to send a thank you email. This is a must. This is the thank you email. On the screen, you can see it right now. This is the thank you email template you want to use. Pay attention to the bottom in the PS. You're being proactive about offering them references. You're not waiting until the last round when HR has to come to you to ask for references, because now you're being reactive. Why not be proactive? I have nothing to hide. Here are 5 to 10 folks you could speak with. Here are their numbers, here are their emails. They're gonna give you the positives, the negatives. I have absolutely nothing to hide. Maybe even take it a step further. I did this when I was interviewing for new roles 6 months ago. I had previous direct managers of mine, first line managers, sending cold emails to potential hiring managers to try to get me interviews. You have to do things like this in order to be successful and land roles in 2025. Proactive, not reactive. That's how you start an interview. That's how you end an interview. And that's what you do with the thank you email. Be proactive. P.S. Here's 5 to 7 folks you could speak with. I have nothing to hide. Call them. They'll sell me for me when I'm not in the room with you. Let me know what you think, guys, in the comment section below. How do you start an interview? Are you using the sales plan? If you want the sales plan, it's free. Link in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you.